Hello, everybody. Hello, dear friends, family,
Hello.
countrymen.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Shenanigoons, that kinda sorta fairy tale D&D campaign where you contribute to the chaos. Yes, you. I am Angela, your game master this evening. Hello, players.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
How are you all doing today? We got a full party this evening. Hooray!
We're back. Amazing.
We're back together again.
Okay, anyway, I don't know why I was singing the Mario Star theme, but
It feels right.
Yeah.
It feels right.
I feel invincible right now, so it's good. It's probably not the best thing to say. It's probably not a good sign of anything. So I don't actually. And none of you should either, but I am also a very nice, kind, and benevolent GM, so I think you're probably pretty safe for now.
That's good.
So, hello, everybody. We are, of course, Shenanigoons. We're part of the Nerdsmith Network. We make fun things like podcasts and live streams like what you're watching right now. And if you like what you're watching today, and every day you watch us, because I'm sure it's every day, you should check us out at nerdsmith.org and think about following and supporting us on Patreon. You can just follow us, though, if you don't have the pocket change right now to monetarily support us. That is okay. We love you anyway. But if you follow us, you'll still get fun stuff that we put up publicly. So go check it out. And Kyle's starting off a hype train tonight.
What?
How
Did I?
lovely.
Oh, goodness.
You did start off a hype train. I actually don't know if I have a hype train to do. Let's find out. Anyone curious if they can potentially contribute, make sure to check if you have your Amazon Prime subscription, which I'm going to do right now. Don't worry about the ad that's currently airing. It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine.
That's a very dumb thing it's fine. So if you subscribe, you have no ads. It's very important. Where is my subscriber? Anyway, use my Prime sub, subscribe with Prime, and I will contribute to the hype train.
Hype train.
Anyway,
A ticket to a better night's sleep.
Sorry.
So, you are all very lovely, and we're happy to have you. Oh, that was me.
Yes.
And nice, we're at 69%. But we would like to go higher than that, so please consider supporting. Anyway, we are here as Laura, thank you for the subs. Wonderful.
Thank you.
We're gonna hear me sing a note multiple times now. This is what happens when I don't edit the other ones to have to be here when we subscribe. So, we are here thanks to some absolutely lovely sponsors. Okay. We are sponsored by World Anvil, of which there's the last few days right now for World Ember, their world building challenge month. If you have been participating, we would love to see what you've been making. I sadly was not terrible. I was just not participating, but world building a lot. Just didn't fill it in. But they have some incredible streams that they run every weekend, and you can find a lot of really cool interviews and advice for how to build in your own fiction or RP or any reason that you're making a world in World Anvil. So please check them out. They're also, every time they do those streams, they tend to do a preview into new features, things that they're fine-tuning or coming up with new stuff for you to mess with. So I'm Cards fan, that's very nice of you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're paying it for that's fun. You can pay forward the gift subscription. That's very neat.
That's cool.
We are also affiliated with Hero Forge. Hero Forge, they are not yet quite done with their adventure calendar. They're still doing the rest of the month, but the 25th, Christmas, had a very special surprise for everyone that they have finally released one of their hold off from their Kickstarter. There is now layered clothing options. So now you can have an undershirt and an overshirt. They're starting to implement them so that you have any of the shirts that they've made, you can put underneath any of the jackets that they've made. They're starting to put it together, and it's awesome, and I have already redone Pinball.
I've
Nice.
been waiting for this.
Yeah, and you can wear the like fancy checker jacket. You can wear the pretty shirt underneath it just as the shirt. It's very pretty. It's called a bard's doublet. It's very nice. Even though it's not a doublet, and the thing they call a bard shirt is technically a doublet, but we're not going to go there. We're going to be fine. It's fine. All right. I have a thing.
Sponsors.
Yeah, so please check out Hero Forge. If you haven't already, the pro subscription gets you early access to all of these features, but especially for the adventure calendar, they have it out for everybody, and you should definitely check out that particular feature if you've been not updating your miniatures or your character images. If you've been using Hero Forge for it, now's the time to go give them a nice polish and customize them just a little bit more, which is really exciting. And of course, there's chairs now, so that's always nice.
Chairs are important.
And rocks and barrels and chests you can sit on. Anyway,
Dan, I do not understand why you insist on sitting upon me. Thank you. Sorry, wrong character. It was a callback to nobody on stream audience knowing who the heck that was.
it was great. That was just for you. Sometimes they're
That
just
was
for
just
you.
for me.
Yeah.
It was for Anne, really, is what that was.
Finally, we are sponsored by Die Hard Dice. Tessa, would you like to tell the fine folks out there about our lovely sponsor, Die Hard Dice?
Yes, let's talk about the wonderful, amazing Die Hard Dice, and specifically the Sapphire with Gold RPG set. They are lovely. They are beautiful. They are a semi-translucent blue. They're known as a jade stone finish. They are, the finish on these are very similar to what actual stone looks like. So there's a little bit of translucentness to it, and then just a hint of a wisp of kind of a silvery gray white that run through them, and lovely gold lettering. So you can get your very own set of the Sapphire and Gold by going to dieharddice.com and using coupon code DICEDRAGONS to get 10% off your order. And today is the last day of December.
Last Tuesday of December.
Last Tuesday of December. Maybe we'll do something with this next Tuesday. Maybe we'll raffle these off next week.
Ooh,
Start off the new year with a bang.
lovely.
Alrighty. Oh yes, a whisper. Hype train success! Thank you everybody who contributed
lovely.
to the hype train.
Thank you, everybody, and enjoy your emojis. I'll
Indeed.
enjoy mine. I don't know what we got, but it'll be fun. Yeah, somebody tell me what we got. I don't know. I don't have time to click it.
I got a pug.
Oh, I think it's the same one. I think everybody gets the same one.
Hype. No, it's different, I think.
Is it?
Because Proud's is different than mine.
Twitch. Ugh. The Twitch in the middle of stream. What's wrong with you? Anyway,
Sorry.
So, finally, our just want to say, as we are the D&D stream where you contribute to the chaos, make sure that you help contribute to the chaos. We've got ourselves a bunch of things that you can do to help make our game just a little extra special. And that is at $5, you can add to our reroll pool that the party has. That's any d20 roll during the game can be re-rolled using one of the dice that our dice maestro Kyle is keeping track of. Reroll
Yes.
maestro? I don't know. Whatever.
Might be getting a little low on those.
Might be.
After the last
Use
couple of
a few of them.
I think we used a couple of them.
We're
last
down to
time.
7.
Oh, that's not that bad. So
That's
at
not bad. That's not bad.
$15 tip on our Streamlabs link, you can have us spin the newly polished, newly refreshed, newly added to Wheel of Causality, which adds in and out of character nonsense to the game. And then at $25, you can help me by creating, well, help's a strong word. You can contribute to the game by creating an NPC that I will incorporate into the session. Oh, shots fired. My goodness.
What just happened?
Someone said Chris is going through those rerolls pretty quickly.
Dang.
So, listen, as a chronic
Ouch.
shitty roller, I don't stand for that. That sort of. You don't have to point at us. It's fine.
Yeah.
If you donate $25, you can create an NPC for the stream, give me a little information about them, their name, their pronouns, what they look like, maybe something fun about them, and I will incorporate them as best I can into this or perhaps next session, depending on when you do it and how easy it is to do during this session. Speaking of rerolls, Laura, thank you so much. Happy holidays to you as well. You each get a reroll. So 4 rerolls to the party.
Thank you.
All right. And finally, DMX Machina at $50. You give the Shenanigoon, a player of your choice, 1 minute of DM powers. They will use it as best they can, and we'll see what happens. Personally, I'm hoping for some wheels tonight, but that's just me because I put the work into refreshing the wheel. It's fine. All right. So with that in mind, we are ready to go. We will recap. Do we recap first or do we do the intro first? It's been a while.
I think we do the intro and then we recap.
Yeah, I think that's
Traditionally, yes. You might have switched it up last time, though. I don't know if I hated that.
Then go right into the session when the intro
Yeah,
ends.
listen.
Yeah.
Live your
try
life,
it.
you know what I mean?
Let's give it a try. Let's why did my brain just went into like, do you want to get French fries? Let's be bad. Let's just get the French fries. Let's do dessert. I mean, let's be bad. Anyway, so previously on the show, we'll do a little bit of a recap for the aid of our dear Heather.
This is true.
Basically,
Heather,
who was T-posed.
our poor note taker who came back to absolutely nothing in the notes document.
0. There wasn't even a title put in, so I don't even know what they were calling the episodes.
So one of them was called The Love Book. You found yourselves inside basically a Cosmo or a Teen Bop like love questionnaire. That was very much like the dating game, and you answered questions to find out which majestic pirate captain you matched best with, because they wanted
So they could take you out.
So they could take you out.
Yeah.
And when you finished the quiz, they tried to take you out, and you had to fight them. So you fought a bunch of pirates. Then at the next book, you, the majestic pirates, including Raffida, who, according to her, had bribed the editor of the book to put her in the quiz.
Yes, which was very good.
And so you dealt with several interesting folks who are still in my characters here, but won't worry about it. Claptrapped her way. That's very good. The next place you went to, though, is this massive clockwork space. It's somewhat reminiscent of the chronograms, except everything in these giant buildings that seem to have information in them. You're basically in a big computer mainframe, whatever the fantasy translation of that would be. Remembering that when you go into a book, it's kind of metaphorical. It's not like it's always just hanging out in there when you're not in the book. It's just kind of a representation of what's going on in the book. So you snuck around a lot, trying to get your bearings, and there are these massive sort of camera bots and like these massive spider creatures. They're all Mechanist style clockwork creations, and these spiders are weaving tunnels through the buildings. They're kind of like, it kind of looks like they're like welding the information out of these big structures, and there are portals that are sending this information somewhere. You don't know where. But it appears to be that they are uploading the information to something else. As you were talking, or as you were doing this, you have encountered a little mechanical boy. His name is Bullion, and he is a search engine. Specifically, an obsolete search engine that is being hunted for deletion or retirement. But he's very dedicated to his search of Pinball Googling himself. And it's not as narcissistic as it sounds. He genuinely doesn't know anything about himself before the walls went up in the city. So he's trying to see if he can find any information. But he's also employing some very unique search terms. Bullion was joined by an owl. He had a big torch thing, a big lit torch. And inside the torch is this really bright light, this almost divine light. And he opened the torch, and out of the torch materialized this owl made of pure light. And it was hanging around with Bullion a little bit, kind of considering people. And when you all got back together after taking a long rest, doing a little bit of snooping and hiding, the owl landed on Oliette's shoulder, made a little face, and said, "So how is my friend Soli? My old friend Soli?" And that was where we ended. So we will start in a moment with our chapter 21 was called A Clockwork, Nothing Rhymes with Orange. And tonight is Readers of the Lost Bookmark. Thank you, Kyle, for the backup on that one, for the assist. All right, we'll see y'all in a second as we get through the intro. Bye. Enjoy.
Out that Paru gave up her feelings to the Fae.
That's right. They did have that conversation. Hi, everybody. We're back.
Hello.
Sorry. No, it's fine. It was important detail. It's good to know. This music feels very good for... Oh, yeah, you feel like you're going crazy again. The owl just kind of psychically, maybe, talking at you.
What?
Said, "How is my old friend Soli? You have the look of her about you. You've been... Well, at least you have an aura of it about you." I
Can hear this, I guess.
I can't be the only thing that's ever talked to you that shouldn't.
No, it happens alarmingly regularly. But you know, one is never like the next one, so I tread cautiously each time. How do you know Soli?
She and I go way back. She has a tendency. We are fellow collectors of information and stories.
Okay. Well, when I saw her last, you know, she's still
Creepy
beautiful,
as fuck.
horrifying. Yeah. It's all of the above, but she's fine, I think.
Wonderful. She's been scarce. Well, because I've been scarce. By the way, you may call me...
Yeah.
Introductions seem appropriate. You can call me Ygritte.
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 That's only for
Great
Tessa.
explosion.
That's only for Tessa.
Yeah. Okay. You What is it with my queens having things for birds? I might need to investigate that.
Well, to be fair, the bird thing's more my thing, not hers. In this
is this
particular
rude
instance.
to ask, are you actually an owl?
By absolutely no means. Am I an owl?
Cool. Okay.
It's just the easiest way to get around, and honestly, it was the easiest way to get into that lantern of Booleans.
Why did you need to be in there?
Oh, he's an absolute dear, but he does require some guidance sometimes.
Okay. So what are we doing here? What are you doing here? Why are you helping Boolean? Where are we? How do we get out? Do you know any of those?
Those are many questions. I am helping Boolean because he is... Well, it's my purpose. My purpose is to find and aid those who wish to find lost information.
Internal screaming.
Soli. So that's how you met Soli.
I meet a lot of people that have that inclination, yes.
Huh. Okay, well, lovely to meet you. Not weird at all. The getting out one, do you have
Getting
any
out
advice?
of here.
Yes.
See. Well, I guess it depends on where you want to end up.
You know, I might need to get back to you on that. I don't know if we all have the same answer. So I should check first.
Of course. Where do you all want to go? And you all now hear the owl.
Where are we going? Did we do what we said we were going to do? Or no?
Well, did we find where, her royal bitchiness, got out of here so we can make it go away?
Royal bitchiness, who's that?
Suppose you know who the Queen of the Trade is? A very flashy, very self-confident individual.
I suppose it depends on what trade you mean.
Well,
no, I'm not
Gevy.
aware of any of them.
Her name's Gevy, I believe.
Gevy?
Mm-hmm.
Mila.
But not Baba Gevy, the real one.
Not-
we're
yeah.
talking about like the one from the book that the Lord of Tales put together.
So like a manifestation of Gevy.
I'm sorry, the who?
I saw them play one time. They were
The-
real
See,
loud.
that's funny because you're an owl.
Lord of
Woohoo.
Tales.
No, that's very funny. Yes, thank you. The Lord of Tales.
Yes.
Complete jackass.
Sounds like it.
Rewrites books or worlds depending on how you think of pocket dimensions, really, just to suit his own ideals of the perfect woman, and then destroys it and rewrites it again when he's not satisfied.
Ironically, he got kicked out of the Feywild by the Babas and then created his own version of the Feywild, but he kept fucking it up so bad every single time that the queens in that world that he created went and turned on him too.
Yeah. And we need to make sure that he doesn't get to the archive where the actual book that the book we came out of is based on. It's really complicated because we need to make sure that he can't get a hold of the real book, because if he gets a hold of the real book, then, I mean, he could actually rewrite the actual Feywild, and that would be terrible and horrifying.
Among other adjectives.
I'm Paru, by the way.
Hello, Paru.
Yeah, okay. So no, so we haven't done what we said we were going to do.
We rested. We did say we were going to do that.
That's fair.
Halfway to completion, then.
And this approximation of Baba Gevi, you say? This...
Yes.
queen of the trade.
She travels via book.
Really?
And she's following a path that he left for her.
She's hard to miss. She has a thing. She wields salt water like a security blanket. It's pretty sad. But
She's
you
a
would
lot,
have seen her.
says Amadine.
Yeah.
She's real moist.
Ooh. Mm-mm.
Well, I
Nope.
cannot speak to that.
It has been prayed to me many times to remove that word.
Prayed to you?
Well, I suppose I shouldn't bury the lead, should I? I would like any of you that... Do any of you have proficiency in religion?
No. Not me.
Technically?
No.
You either do or you don't, Kyle.
Proficiency.
You have
'Cause I'm a
proficiency in
bard.
religion? You do
I
have...
have proficiency.
You do.
That's true.
I will...
They both technically do.
I will
Okay,
allow
Angela, is that
anyone
something?
with half or full proficiency to roll religion for me.
I
The
got nothing.
first time I've ever
First
made
time
a
you
character
don't.
who's not proficient in religion. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
15.
15.
Tessa's proficient in this particular.
So, yeah, Heather knows who this is
Four.
too.
Harlan's been in a church before. You've been to
My
Sunday
knees
school.
are real sore afterwards.
You know,
kept
there's
up
like a
and down
pad.
and
There's
up
a
and down.
pad
It was
for
just-
that, though. You're not supposed to just kneel on the floor.
I was too tall for it.
Oh no. What did you get, Heather?
I didn't roll. Heather knows. Beza would have no effing clue.
Okay, that's fine. I thought you said you had proficiency.
No.
So with the 15, not the 4, you've read a lot of books. You read a lot of books, including mythology and things. Well, religion, sure. Ygritte is the name of a goddess. Worshipped as a goddess of two seemingly bizarre domains. She is the goddess of... Sorry, Ygritte is the goddess of knowledge and the grave. She's a goddess of lost... Yeah.
Mhm.
I just, yeah.
That's why I died.
Oh my god.
So Ygritte is a goddess of lost knowledge, dead languages, dead civilizations, memorial. She's a goddess of memory. Things that are lost or things that should be remembered. That is her domain of knowledge. And Ygritte says, well, not technically prayed to me. I am merely an aspect or an avatar of Ygritte. Put it less politely, a pale copy, much like your queen of the trade. I'm here as a conduit to Ygritte's power to help in finding information that otherwise would be fairly obtuse to understand or difficult to acquire.
Wait.
You've
wait,
seen the way that they sort things.
Does that make Bully in here a priest?
He tries very, very hard. He's an absolute dearheart. And Bullion's like, I guess.
But
Did you know that she was a goddess?
I know she helps me with my work. That's the most important thing. The work. As I
Fair
said,
enough.
he's a dear. All of his kind had an aspect. It was a blessing provided to those who choose to offer, who give homage to the archive. The sacred archive, not the mechanism.
I mean, that's kind of where we were talking about going from the get-go.
Oh.
It's what
We're
we're
trying to find it.
Your
this-
connection to Boolean is because of who he is, not because of this place. Am I understanding that correctly?
Boolean's a representation of the magic of this tome. Well, formerly the magic of this tome. He's become a little obsolete. They've moved their efforts to merely transferring the information to the sacred archive rather than sifting through it. Leaving it to us, I suppose. Not us, but the us there.
We're taking Boolean with us away from here.
Well, that's very sweet of you.
Okay.
To where exactly?
To a different book where they won't
Good.
wipe him out.
Very good. I was about to say it would have to be another tome.
Yes.
So that means that we couldn't take people that are in the books out of the books.
I would dare say not likely. Not seem reasonable to me.
Now,
Okay.
Somebody nods. Yeah, I mean, I had a suspicion.
I wonder if that's what all the paper critters are.
I forgot Verlaine existed for 2 seconds. I'm a terrible person. Oh, that's not where Verlaine goes.
Excuse me.
Bless you,
Bless
my
you.
goodness.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Well, hello.
Verlaine says, what the paper critters were what?
Like, if you can pull, I mean, if a book character tried to come out of the pages, and maybe that's maybe like all the gnolls that we ran afoul of are from a gnoll book or something like that. That she was pulling things out of books that shouldn't have been pulled out of books.
That's a theory for sure. We don't know though if it's just that the Lord of Tales magic manifests in paper and ink because that's what he is. That's the other possibility, right?
Yeah, potentially. I don't
Shoot,
know enough.
You think he's made of paper?
I don't.
This
I don't know.
This Lord of Tales. Does he have a name? Merely go by that.
I think
Must
they
have
erased
some
it.
name.
I think they mentioned that they erased it from their book.
I don't think anyone's ever told us his name.
Say avoiding a name is unusual.
Do you think his name isn't here?
Tell me more of him. You have... You say he can create things from paper. Makes demi-planes out of
Yeah.
books.
He took control of someone using some like magic black ink stuff.
Paru tries to discreetly hold Verlaine's hand at that point.
Kind of makes a face. Squeezes.
And he had a gargoyle who fought for him. That had like a special gauntlet on its hand.
Seemed to have manifested the gargoyle back into the material plane, the prime material.
What do you know of where he came from? Before? You think he might be paper, or did he come from somewhere else and came to the book?
I thought he created the book, because he originally came from the Fae, or at least that's where we know he started from before he made the book.
Yeah, we think the one that we came out of was merely a copy.
I think, if I'm remembering right, I do remember someone saying he was born at the archive or came from the archive, and wants to go back. Heather doesn't actually remember.
No, that's
trying
accurate.
to.
That's accurate.
Okay, good. No
That he
taking for the
came
win.
from the archive. That, the owl, sort of... If an owl can look sharper at you, made of all light,
Horrifying.
I am concerned that we are in a pizza place.
Please don't take it out. Please don't take it
I
out.
won't, but I am gonna skip. Well, actually, no, I'm just gonna change the playlist. We're in a slightly more intense thing. I will never remove it because I can't.
I love
I
it.
can't in my heart stop it.
It makes me so happy.
So dumb. Anyway. I know I have it low on the audio for people on the stream, but it does really get me when it happens.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I think one of the Fae Queens, one of the Babas, told us that he came from the archive, if I'm remembering right.
Was it Baba Soli that told us that?
I don't know. We're lucky I remembered that much.
I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly or not, but I know that I think that he has been to the archive because oh, wait a minute. No, I'm remembering that wrong.
Okay. I mean, you just ask me. I can clarify. I don't mind clarifying.
Well, I don't remember. I know we can't take our book as we have traditionally carried it to the archive because the queen has been there. So that is basically an open passageway.
Right, it would be a direct A to B movement.
So if she has never been in to our knowledge, if she has not yet been in a book that has been to the archive.
Except that's where these tomes are going.
So maybe she's using this place as a way to try and find her way there.
You've seen the creatures that are weaving the words and sending them. That's what they're doing. The information is ascending to the sacred archive.
Mm-hmm.
To be
That's not
recorded.
good.
Wasn't it that he had gotten kicked out of the archive for something that he had done, and he's just trying to get back? Okay.
So yeah.
If what you're saying is, I fear it is. I think I know this man. New. If he is trying to return to the place he was exiled from, I have several concerns.
Us too.
What's the topmost concern on your list?
He's psychotically bent on getting even.
That would unfortunately track with what we know of him.
Do you think he's going to destroy it all?
I do not know his mind. Never have.
If he follows his MO, he would, and then rewrite it all in his own desires or designs.
I mean, he could theoretically erase any record or memory or knowledge of his exile. He could rewrite himself to the top.
Exactly.
Yes. Is very insightful apocalyptic scenario.
Is there a name aside from the Lord of Tales we should know?
Mertonshire. Is
Muttonshire?
yes. I'll put it in.
Mutton's child.
Yes.
Well, he is always trying to fleece people, I suppose.
God damn
Merkin's fire.
it.
Mertonshire?
Merkinshat. Well, so much for anything remotely intimidating about this person. Hooray.
Mertonshaw.
Mertonshaw. It's a dog in here. Anyway,
This is going to sound like
say what you wish.
Suppose we can go the way that those pieces of knowledge are being sent. That would be impossible, right?
It would be rather dangerous. If
You don't
do
think our
not wish-
particles would rearrange on the other side in perfect order? Maybe we're a little bit smaller.
I'm already pretty small. I don't know that rearranging
all be
me smaller
relative.
is a good idea.
It'd be relative.
Well, I mean, if you're going to go truly relative, you're the size of a... She kind of looks at you, Elliot. You're probably about the size of an M or a G right now. In very small font.
I live in all caps, but you don't know me that well yet. Okay, so
You've murdered Angela.
And if that's true, Harland is just the personification of a tilde. Just who knows how you... Well, why do you use... Like, they're usually attached to letters. Why is it just randomly there by itself? If not to be a fun dash.
It's the command prompt access.
Oh,
Google
There
Dash.
you go.
Okay, so if we can't do that, then we need to get Boolean and what was the knight's name again?
Malfrida.
Malfrida. So we need to get the two of them out of here. Does anybody have any better ideas than back where we came from?
I'm afraid if we have Amadine write a fake pass, it could send them to the archive, and that would be a terrible idea. Better to have it dead end, maybe?
Feywild, the roundabout way.
I could offer some guidance, if that would be of use.
Always appreciated.
Anything on this plane of existence is known in the sacred archive for the most part. I am most familiar with that which has been lost to memory, or that which is only in memory at this point. But I could get you into something that is most assuredly in the archive, if that would be the simplest.
If you know of things that are lost to memory, does that mean you could help our friends back home who've lost 50 years with what the Mechanist Authority has been doing.
They've done what?
It wiped it all. Like everybody thinks that it's always been the way that it's always been, and
Everyone that lives inside the walls.
That's
Memory does not work like that, best I know.
Well,
some sort of spell.
I mean, so we were in. He proceeds to describe their time in Rose upon the River.
Sure.
So it was like it laid on top of it, and like you ever
Yes.
crawl under a rug, and
No.
then like it looks like you're just a bear laying on the floor,
No.
but then you pop up and you scare someone that walks in the room.
No.
Well, it's like maybe the memories that they're using of like the bear rug. And
The
and
word
real
you
memories
might be
are, like,
searching for is suppressed.
Yes.
suppressed. Yeah,
Well,
Like,
it was also
that's-
that was also a joke.
Tucker did that
but-
to
but
me
it's-
one
it's
time
fine.
when I was little.
That's suplexed.
mean
but thank you.
suplexed.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know, because my brothers did that to me too.
Jesus.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, I've been. Valaine's like, yeah, I've been suplexed before, not by brothers though. and Yugrita is back to that face she made when you talked about the Lord of Tales. She's not pleased.
Was it like? I mean, I think was it a Gaius? Is that what they?
Some manner of that, I could imagine. Less of a Gaius, more of a suggestion on a very, very large scale.
Yeah, we don't know exactly how they're doing it. We suspect it has something to do with the walls and maybe the tower that's in the middle of all the chronograms. But everyone
Well, you didn't
outside the
ask-
walls remembers stuff. It's just inside.
You didn't ask the giant mechanical god thing?
You know what? Those fuckheads were too busy calling me a remainder and saying that none of us should exist, so I didn't really listen very much.
That's fair.
The actions of the material plane and the memory in the material plane are where my domain lies. Things existing in other planes of existence, especially those in the they are not really my expertise. When the followers of Mechanist and those explorers, colonists, when they arrived, they don't operate in a bubble, but their machinations, not sorry for the pun, their intentions are a bit more obscured to
Apparently we're
the
too
real Yugrita. They simply, by virtue of the fact that they are from another plane, they are from another realm, whereas I'm sorry, this is a very convoluted way to say this, but Yugrita knows the memory of mortals, and they are not mortal, strictest sense.
That makes
I
sense.
was
But
not
they're fucking
aware.
with the memories of mortals.
Yes, being that I was here in the book, I was not aware of this. But it stands to reason I'm not even certain that the true Yugrita would know of the full extent of what they've done. Because what they've done is perhaps based in their magics.
well, and it's not like the people in the cities aren't making new memories, because they are, because you know they remember
And
people
if-
that have left. You know, us for a prime example.
Well, and if Yugrita has not acted, or no one in her name has acted on this thing that has been done, I I strongly don't. I strongly disagree with the assertion that memory is gone. The destruction of that scale of living memory would cause quite a ripple, and would have brought the entire archive down on their heads, I imagine.
I mean, it might just be really, really heavily suppressed, but no one inside the walls remembers. And the thing is, there's people and creatures that live long enough that they should remember, and they just
Absolutely.
don't.
Yes.
Or at least it doesn't, like, they just don't acknowledge it. It's
So
like
we have
walking
to-
past something that you see every day, so you don't notice it anymore.
We have to assume that then the memories
Hello,
could
button.
Hi, button.
perhaps be recovered if they have not been destroyed.
I would hope so.
Maybe they're in
And-
different restricted sections.
If Ygritta holds dominion over the memories of mortals, then we can access her out there.
You could.
I don't know how this. We weren't really. My weekends were spent in libraries. I don't really know how this works. I know I've seen. I don't want to be disrespectful.
Your
call
your time spent in repositories of knowledge was its own form of worship. You're not
Oh my
unseen.
god! So then we're like
You're not unseen.
BFFs. Oh my god!
You are more likely to be a appropriate candidate for devotion, I suppose you could say. BFF might be pushing it.
We'll go out for coffee. She's gonna love me. This is fine. This is gonna be fine.
You could beseech Ygritta for to have her intercede.
Well, considering it seems like the Lord of Fishtails is gathering an army to do battle with Mechanist, it may not be a bad
He's what?
time to
We'll
Car
start filling
explains
her in
everything
with the
for
fort.
yeah.
So yeah, she
To
is
also
incredibly
emphasize the
concerned.
paper creatures, like to let
Yes.
her know that that's their function in the
and
material plane.
And I would imagine what happened to Kat.
Right.
Yes.
Villain would share what happened to them as well. And she and he also will share what he thinks was going on with Kat. That he thinks that maybe she was being prepared as some sort of vessel for the Queen of the Trade. And Ygritta thinks about it for a moment and agrees that that really would be the only way to bring someone from the books, is to have a vessel that being could exist in. Whether it's a construct or a participant. Though in this case it does seem to be an unwilling participant. The owl... If an owl could smirk, an owl smirks at you, Oliet. You have, like, the exact same expressions as Soli. It's fascinating.
Just didn't think about the ramifications of finding someone or building someone that could house denizens of these books where we live. If you built them,
They will come.
Hey, you didn't roll that wheel.
You're right, I didn't.
But on that,
We'd
but
need a
on
whole
that,
lot of air shale.
You mean the whole fucking book? I mean, we can't just do that? Is that
in the whole
Is that
book,
the thing we could do?
I'm gonna, no, okay. Listen, I go down rabbit holes. That's how my mind works. I thought that, Pinball's a very talented crafter and maker.
Welcome
Do we
here.
know if Pinball's ever dabbled in automatons? We don't know.
I could
We
ask
don't
him.
know. We could
and-
ask him. There's also, No, that's too dark. I'm not going to go there. But you could theoretically
Oh, let me ask him.
bring.
Did you tell the group that Pinball was essentially Googling himself?
I think that probably can't. Did that come up?
Okay.
Did you go? That's what.
Yeah,
That's
we can
what
hand wave
bullying-
that.
yeah.
I don't think we've gotten a chance yet because we've dug into this, but we can say at
Yeah.
some point
you shared that information
was
that
like,
you.
by the way,
This is what bullying was looking for.
I feel like Elliot would have shared that.
Sure.
yeah.
Paru pulls out the sending stone.
Okay.
You want me to ask?
Sure, I guess. I'm literally just. But yes, we could see.
Right. Paru, being the absolute shit stirrer that she is,
Of course she is. Yes.
takes
Only have 25
the
words.
stone and goes, Pinball, Master Artificer, Glitter Wizard. Did you ever work on automatons? Also, Googling yourself? Really?
Pimble's
This is Pimble's head right now. This music is Pimble's head right now. Oh God.
It's like a firearm alarm got pulled in his mind palace.
Yeah, pretty much. No, so. Okay, hold on. I gotta actually like try to write this out. Hold on.
I love Pinball. I will be as saucy to Pinball as I possibly can. I adore him.
Anyway, I was just wondering because if, let's say we had, this is all theoretical, of course, but let's say we had someone in tow who may not enjoy, a fairy tale forest. Maybe they would prefer to live, in the same pursuit that they have always lived in, sorting through knowledge, helping keep things organized, not having a bunch of tentacles that are a little bit weird. Like, what if, I'm just saying, the possibilities are endless.
I see danger having approached. Yeah. I had a feeling. Yep.
And they can't hear us.
I'm gonna restate what he said because I muted myself so the audience wouldn't hear my typing. Anyway, you get back from Pinball. First of all, how dare you snoop into my research terms? Second of all, I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. Of course I make automatons. It's artificer is the second word on my business card. Didn't even read it when I came. That is what you get back.
That's a yes on the automatons.
Right. Good to know. Back pocket knowledge.
Also, snarky as ever, I continue to adore that man.
Well, at least he's well, so we know that much, hopefully.
He's
I
well
assume.
enough to be snarky. All right, so sorry for all the white text on the wheel. I just forgot to change the color on all the wheel items. It's fine. I'll put them in. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
All right.
So,
Hang on my punishment for snarking Pinball. I know.
this is your punishment for snarking Pinball. Hey, look, I got most of them done already. All right, we're gonna roll the wheel with brand new stuff. Spinning.
Oh boy.
Spin, spin, spin. I'm
What we got?
afraid.
Hold on, what do we get? The prestige! Yes! Hell yes! I'm so excited. I just made a random thing for this.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to use a totally not related area. Okay, let's see.
Afraid.
Okay, Paru, as you're saying, yep, that's a yup on the, that's a positive on the construct, and you, and then ding, 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 and a hunk of raw platinum falls out of your mouth, the size of, like, the size of, like, a Wonder Bread sandwich.
Jesus Christ.
Like this big, solid raw platinum.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna keep that.
Could have been worse. Could have been way worse.
Yeah. You know what? I'm broke. I'm keeping this.
All right, when we get dinner, you're buying.
Is that an official date ask then?
It's an official. You're paying for a date ask.
Fine.
And Anamede's just like, priorities.
Going from
Pining
here.
for years.
Like, what are we doing?
Well, you can.
I don't think we should go to the archive.
Really?
Not from here, not unprepared.
I agree with that.
I think maybe we go back to the queens,
See the kids?
inform them of what we've figured out.
Mm-hmm.
We may have to leave for a while, but at least Malfrida and Boolean would have a safe place to stay for a bit. If they can make their way from there, but that's at least a place where they won't get murdered or tormented by goblins or put on a shelf. That book was super annoying. That's not a debatable, that book was the worst.
I will not argue with that on that front, but
That's where
not
we
with that
found
one,
her.
Okay.
So, I don't know. That's all I've got.
I'm fine with that. Going back and getting a little bit of perspective and maybe going back to the prime material for a bit after. I don't know.
If books, do we have a way to contact you, Yagrita?
Me specifically?
Yeah?
I suppose I mean, I could theoretically travel with you. I mean, I am a little attached to Bully. Not in the literal sense, but in the emotional sense.
I bet Soli would love to see you.
Soli? That would be interesting.
Or at least the version of Soli in the book.
I was going to say perhaps that wouldn't really be possible. I'm more of
you could meet.
I'm more of a mote of an idea rather than an actual deity.
You might like her counterpart quite a bit.
Is she just as creepifying?
No, she's
Good.
incredible.
Good. Wonderful. I think I would get along with her very well.
She's got that real hot librarian vibe going on.
You're saying I don't? And the owl kind of like flames up a little bit.
Well,
Different
I
strokes.
mean,
Different strokes.
For some reason,
I
this
wasn't-
goddess has like really like apparently one of many lost pieces of knowledge is the lost art of the pun. Because she is apparently enjoying herself.
now, I never said I didn't admire your plumage, because it's quite luminous. I know words.
Digging the hole deeper.
If you're coming with us, then when we get back here, we will have a way to the archive.
if that is the way you wish to go. Assuming that this place still exists by the time you get back. I do not know the pace at which they're ascending the information.
Well, we'll find another way then.
Yes.
I
Well,
don't have a choice.
one path is always to find some manner of shifting to the archive via more traditional teleportation means.
I might be able to help with that after a little bit more study.
You would need, of course, something to affix.
I'd need something to affix, but yeah.
Well, what if you had something that was something that you knew super well, and it got uploaded? That way you could just picture that thing and shift to wherever that thing is. Is that how that would work?
Potentially. It's far more powerful to have something that has physically belonged there.
Depends on how you study. Different people do it differently, depending on how they come by whatever gifts they may have.
I would need a pitchfork, essentially tuned to it.
You mean a tuning
Different
fork?
realms. Yes. Different realms have different vibrations.
Yes.
Assuming that I could get one with the correct vibration, I could get us there.
The Mechanist Authority would have had to beseech the archive in order to gain access to send information there. They would have had to pay homage, and in exchange they would have received something from the archive, almost a cipher of sorts. It would be from that place.
That could work.
You would have
Where
to
would they keep that?
retrieve it, of
Do you think
course.
keeping everybody's memories in the archive?
I have found nothing of that sort here, but that does not mean it's not there.
Like they're just constantly transferring the information over there so that no one remembers?
That's why they had cameras watching all the time, so they had a way to record it so they could put it somewhere. If that's the only, if they can't destroy it, they have to put it somewhere else, right? Is that too off the wall?
No, I don't think
For
so.
mechanists, that level of red tape? No, not at all.
Have I mentioned that I really don't like them?
It might
They're
have come up
docile,
once
but
or
they are
twice.
creeps.
Their methods are very questionable. I would say about 27% of the time their heart's in the right place.
They showed up on our world supposedly to stop the chaos magic from spreading and destroying things, but then instead they kind of went too far in the other direction.
Chaos.
Yeah, there were chaos magic spots apparently ready to burst underneath the island.
You said he's... Mertenshaw, you said he's trying to take the surface of the island or wage war.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
That would be enough power to get him to the archive without... He'd punch a hole. Wouldn't need to beseech anyone or sneak his way in. Or it's enough to do a lot of damage if he was able to harness it.
He's tricked the resistance leader into thinking that he's a good ally. So the resistance that's fighting against Mechanus is now allied with the Lord of Tales, and we don't really have any way to convince him otherwise.
We're gonna need more training.
If the wool's been pulled over their eyes, you'll have to show them the truth. If you want to dissuade them from actually allying with him, or if it's not worth the trouble, you could just try to circumvent it and deal with these things on your own. Try to stop things at a different point, but I do not know what your priorities are or who you have the most loyalty to. Too many.
We should keep moving.
To the book, so we can. Well, if we get to the book, then we can get back to the prime material and have a way to get back and forth. And Boolean and Malfrida have a place to be that's safe.
But
And Almadine, because Almadine can't come with us to the prime material as well.
but how does that stop Her Majesty of the Trade from just doing what she originally set out to do?
I don't know if it does,
So
but I don't know if we have what we need to do anything about that yet.
We've at least confused the trail fairly well.
Hopefully.
In
I
at
mean-
least a couple of spots, yeah.
What if... I mean, this is just me spitballing right now, but what if... Amadine, could you open a path into one of the books that's on these shelves?
Theoretically, I suppose. Depends on the book. I mean, depends on what book you want to end up in, I guess.
Well, I mean,
This science lab.
My God, the goo wizard.
it's
Anyway, sorry.
it's more that, I mean, if we had somebody already in the archive, if she tried to get there to slow it down, sending somebody in advance is what I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
So we slip into one of these books and then slip out once it's been uploaded and we're in the archive.
Go home from there.
The owl kind of ruffles her feathers a little bit. I have an alternative thought. I am more of a passive force here. Not, I do not bear nearly as much power as Yugrita herself would have. But I could do a little. Theoretically, I could do to her what they've been doing to our dear Boolean here. Change the parameters of what they're looking for to retire.
So, like, send her to the scrap heap instead of sending her to the archive.
Well, at least have them chasing her around if she's still here.
Oh,
I like that idea.
I do like that. That at least would slow it down.
Quite a bit.
I would be more than willing to contribute.
She's gonna be obsolete.
I don't know why that got me. He's like, I learned a new word.
I think every little bit helps, so I don't see any reason why not.
Let's do it.
Very well. You make your way back to your home, and I'll make it harder for him to get back to his.
Is that correct?
Hmm?
Are we leaving you here?
I'm afraid you'll have to.
What about Boolean?
Boolean is a very smart person. He'll be fine. She flutters over to his shoulder. You're not coming with. Oh, silly. Little headbutt on him. Right. And it sounds like Her Lady of the Word has a very extensive library, and no one will be trying to shoot you out of the air.
That is very
I
true.
approve of this course of action.
We'll be sure to let Sigrun know that if you are in air, that she should leave you be.
Yes, please. Who?
Giant raven. It's fine. I'm teasing. She wouldn't do anything to hurt you.
And Ygritte looks to all of you and says, if you do beseech Ygritte or any of the other gods that reside in the archive, I'm sure you, specifically Oliette, I'm sure you'll get along famously. But be aware that their purpose is to maintain as much knowledge as possible. They wish to preserve for one reason or another. And even the worst things might be worth keeping around, if only to learn from them. Take care, and I don't have any witticisms right now. That's very strange for me.
If you
Yes.
if you do happen to find, I know that Pimble might want that information about himself. So if you happen to stumble across that while you're doing what you're doing, I'm
If
sure he'd still
I
appreciate
find
that.
it, if I happen upon it, I will do what I can. I will. And she flutters out of the little hidey spot. Just and the room gets much darker because this illuminated light owl is no longer there.
Let's get home before we get uploaded accidentally.
Yeah. So, what are we doing? Am I going back the way we came, or are we trying to
We could just like mad dash the way we came, right?
hop, skip, and a jump? We could try.
Is that the fastest, least dangerous way?
Bullion, how well do you know this place? Quite well, I imagine. Yes, I've been searching quite a bit. Okay. Is there a book we know? Some book we know its location? Anything?
Oh. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know how it's gonna work. Are we gonna like Inception ourselves? Hold on.
Pitch it. I don't know. Pitch it.
Those books that I picked out for Nickit to read.
What were they?
There's a book about a knight
Okay. All right, hold on.
that I picked out for her to read that they should still have.
Okay.
I don't know if I wrote it down what the name
I mean,
of
that's
it
fine.
was.
We can. I remember that happening, so that's fine. We can.
I also have all the books I bought on Mythgar.
You can end up back in Mythgar. Yeah. No. Let's go with.
I'm sure I know every book in Rose Upon the River.
True too. I'm
That
sure
is
you
not
do,
where I want to take
actually.
Blaine for my date.
My God.
Just personally would prefer not to do that.
Okay. Actually, you know what? Okay, this is gonna be a weird one. Oliette, give me a. Yeah,
Notebook.
Hmm?
What about Sweater Daddy's Notebook? I know that book. I've missed him.
my God! Hold on.
Oh my god.
I had an idea. This one's funnier. Okay,
I don't know if that might not help us. I just thought of all the books I know.
Just for shits and giggles, give me an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence?
Just straight intelligence.
Okay, that's not amazing. 9.
9. Do with advantage.
Okay. I'll do that.
Oh, she's being real gracious right now.
18.
How long did you hang out with Baba Soli? You probably know any number of books that are in her collection.
I mean, even theoretically, the one we left in her care, which is the book we need to get to.
Yeah.
I know a book.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll do it.
I know a handful of books, y'all.
Okay. Well, okay. I will say this. The easier thing is to find a book in her collection and then jump to the book.
She's probably got one about like bird skulls. She's probably got another one about like.
Yep,
she's probably got
she
like
definitely
a
does.
poison
No.
recipe
she
book.
She has a book in her archive called The Raven Queen's Curse. And it is a myth about the origin of Kenku.
Okay, yeah, I know that book.
Yeah. We're gonna go real goth with this.
Love it.
Let's go.
You're just gonna go into a book populated by nothing but the guy from Police Academy. Cool.
Oh my god.
Actually, give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So, you give that description to Bullion. I could most assuredly find my way to that particular tome. So that would be into mythologies and apocrypha. Yes, I could cross-referencing with religion. Yes, I could find it. Yes, I could. Time to go. And he
Let's
picks
get
up
out of
his
here before we get uploaded.
he picks up his torch. Is like, oh fuck, it might take a little bit longer, but we'll persevere. And
Do you just need light, or is it the magic itself?
it specifically was her, but it's fine. We'll
Got
make it work.
Never mind.
So, you all
Dancing lights in the lantern just to make him feel better. Just to make like it's just a little. You got this, buddy. You're your own light. I'm not gonna say that out loud. If you don't get the metaphor, you don't deserve it. But like here,
that's so good. So, it's I'm just writing down.
Be your own search engine light.
So yeah, so you do that, and he has this little like.
be the Jeeves you want to see in the world, my friend.
He has this proud little. Like, we're gonna do this.
Got you. I got you. I don't know
okay,
why.
We're
but,
here
like,
for you.
So he will make this intelligence
Can
survival check with advantage.
Can
'cause you're
this
helping him.
function with? Can I give him guidance?
Absolutely.
Okay, it's gonna be a little brush of guidance after that.
Yeah. Oh, he'll need that. Yeah.
Should have done bardic inspiration.
No, it's fine. I mean, do you want a bardic inspire?
If you bardic inspire, I can guide, and then double.
Okay. What's your bardic inspiration?
It is clicking 1d8.
8.
Come on, buddy. Don't.
You can do it.
Okay.
You can do it.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah. Okay. Like a 17 total. That's not bad.
Mhm.
You pulled him up from a 10 on the die though. That was good. So, you go to you follow him and he's rolling around. You hear this as he's rolling around on the concrete. It's just the sound of like a big metal ball rolling. That's all. And he's starting to like sift through things. He pops a little like miner's helmet light on his head, and he's just kind of looking through stuff. You're not even sure really how to read any of this. It looks like he's just kind of looking through wires and things.
I really want him to meet that little revolutionary.
Oh my god.
Modron, our friend. What was his name?
His name is god damn it. I have it.
It's okay, it's not that important. But that's what I would be whispering to Beza as we're walking. Like, I really want him to meet.
Whatever.
Insert
When I
character name here.
attacked in the subway because I thought it was going to turn us in, so I almost
Vector?
killed him.
Yes, Vector.
Vector.
Yes, Vector.
Yes, Vector. He's right here. I have him. Leader of the United Front of Free Modrons. Oomph.
Yes.
Sorry, they're United Modron Freedom Fighters, which is oomph.
If there's a way to make that happen, I want to make that happen before I die. This is what I swear to you, Beza.
Just upload him into
I
Vector.
think they'd probably get along.
I feel like this would be a good thing.
So he rolls around for a while looking through stuff, and I need everyone to give me stealth checks.
Oh god. Do you want me to cast Pass Without a Trace? I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace before we get moving, just to be a little help. Now that I have spell slots back.
That's very welcomed.
Yeah, it's very welcomed by me too. Holy crap, that was terrible.
Nice.
With Pass Without a Trace, it's 28.
Nice.
Balls.
You got 28 too?
Yeah, with pass without. I mean,
Well, I had a
obviously.
6 and an 11 to contend with, so yes, that's good.
With Pass Without a Trace, that's an 18.
That's fine. We got I had a 16 on one
Because
of
it
them.
would have been an 8.
Yeah. So yeah, you're all able to maintain a relative quiet path through. I mean, Bullion's very familiar. He's been skulking around this place a lot. He knows how to get around things. And, oh, 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there she is.
Kyle's back. Hello,
Sorry.
Kyle. It's okay. Oh, Heather. Hello, Heather. It's okay. We forgive you. So eventually he gets very excited and, oh, found it. Yes. Raven Queen's Lament, Raven Queen Apocrypha, Raven Queen After Dark. That's a calendar.
We're not interested in that though. Is that in the same location? Because I did not find that the first go round. Bookmark that for me, Boolean. Put that in my bookmarks. Thank you.
I have a joke for Lane in the audience, but I won't say it on stream. So,
That's just rude.
well, it's one of those jokes where it literally would it's naming a character and no one's gonna know who it is in chat if they're not in the game, so it's not worth it. Anyway, so this is what it looks like when I edit. Can you imagine if I hadn't edited myself just then? Gets very excited. I was
You and I
half
are friends,
expecting that alert to be like, I will donate $5 for you to say it on stream. No, I was just saying Raven Queen After Dark just sounds something that Ravenovia would make. It's fine. Anyway, so
See, we all know who Ravenovia is.
yeah, I know.
So...
Oh, that's true. She's an NPC in this game. It was funny. Lane, I was just joking about a calendar called Raven Queen After Dark, and I was just like, that just sounds like something Ravenovia would make for her girlfriend. Anyway.
Hell yeah.
Really inspired the second arc of Oliet.
It's true.
That and Soli, like it's over.
So he gets Bullion gets very excited. I found it, and he zooms a little bit one direction and stops, and there's a bit of a like he kind of rolls to a rocking stop, and is able to find it almost looks like a tablet, like a stone tablet, but it's made of bronze. Has a couple of dings in it. Pulls it out. I was gonna say pulls it out, blows on it, sticks it back in. No, so he
Nice.
oh god damn it. Tangent. Real quick tangent. That was a joke on SNL recently about the guy who created the Nintendo SNES dying. Said that he passed even after doctors courageously attempted to blow on him and stick him back in. And it was so sad, but like a perfect joke. Anyway, so he pulls out this tablet and shows it to Amadine, who's just like, yeah, that's fucking weird. Okay, yeah. And you see it's written in Celestial. It's a mix of Celestial and like Mechanist language, so there's a lot of math and bullshit on it. Okay, so I can, I could focus on just the Celestial stuff. Okay, yeah, I can try this. I can make this work. And Amadine starts writing in the air on the wall of this building, and is writing in Celestial in these long, like, swirly, beautiful, ornate language that is Celestial. It's like a mix between music notation and, like, mandalas. Like, it's sort of a mix. And it's Gallifreyan is what I'm saying. It's,
I love it.
And so as she's writing all of these in, you see them start to, they go from almost a very vague, iridescent kind of, like someone took a glow stick in a photograph, to almost like burning a little bit into the material, and then you see it start to shift more extraneous pieces of the building, and they start like, and it's almost like she's forming a door out of the material. It's like kind of she's sort of like brute forcing her way into making a door by using the symbols on the tablet. And a rough approximation of a doorway forms, and it doesn't look like it has a doorknob. There's just lots of little like pieces that you can like hold on to, like a handle, but you just kind of, she starts just shoving it, sliding it open. It's this rough, very inelegant, trying to force this sliding. It's like your patio door got stuck. It's like that, trying to get it open.
Harlan will stick a shovel in there and try to
There you
add
go.
leverage.
Okay, sure. So,
Yeah, Beza will try to help nudge it open too.
perfect. With all of you helping, it's not a problem at all.
I'll watch.
And
She's supervising.
yeah, there you go. You might want to just like, I know. Oh yeah, it's like when you're trying to build. They're trying to build IKEA furniture right now. It's going well.
You sure this goes?
Is that the right size Allen
I don't
wrench?
know, Oliette. I don't speak Swedish. So the door just pushes, and there's just dark and a little bit of like, just a little bit of fog on the edges of the door, but it is just like darkness.
No fog doors, Angela. No fog doors.
You know, with how much Dark Souls I reference in most things, I'm surprised I didn't think of that.
I mean, Sniffs is a giant
he's just,
reference to Dark Souls.
Amadine kind of, y'all sort of look out at the door. There's just this, just imagine the comedic camera framing of you're looking at the door and everyone's head kind of lean in as everyone's like, and Amadine goes, well, I mean, it is a book about the Raven Queen and Kenku. That's a lot of black. I mean, Bullion's like, kind of shit. You hear like bolts rattling a little bit. He's
It'll
like
be fine. It'll be fine.
He's a mix between the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion.
It should be fine. We just gotta... That's the last stop. For now. Oh, wait a minute.
If we can get in there, I can... I mean, if it's in the same exact spot...
Yeah, it should...
It's not that. We can get out.
You can get out of the Book of Fables. Can you get out of any book? No answer for that. Ow!
Okay,
says,
I mean,
if you want,
let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens.
Worst comes to
Do you think
worst.
Soli? I could call Soli and be like, "Hey, can you pull that book off your shelf and open it up and just like, you know, put it face down on top of the other book and just kind of shake them and see what happens."
Just shake them together. You want her to do some sort of simulated sex act with the books. Just that's how it works.
Yeah, listen.
You could just
Stranger
ask.
Things.
You could just ask her to stack them, or put them on the same shelf.
I
Put them
mean, yeah,
next
but
to
that's
each
less
other.
fun.
This is
Fine.
how erotica is born.
This is how
That's
erotica.
fine.
The erotica was born when someone tried to get 2 books to do it. That's meta erotica,
Clip
actually.
it. Meta-erotica? Got it. Okay, what timestamp is this? We need to clip that right there, please.
Oh no!
I don't
Oh
remember
no!
that sketch
Hold on.
from I Love Lucy.
Uh-oh,
What?
no. What just happened?
No, I just have to know what she wrote.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. You didn't think the
Whoa.
rest of you were exempt if the room's in chaos. Haha, have fun, everyone.
I win!
Here's what I'm gonna do, though. Y'all have to walk through the door first before I roll. Or
That's
before
fine.
we do the
Wait.
wheel.
Doesn't Paru have to upchuck something
Sure
every
did.
scene?
Let me double check.
Can it be more money so that we can stay in some nicer hotels? Is
Oh,
that-
you're right. The original prestige was each scene, the PC disgorges a random item. You're right. Good job. Well, we're not in. I guess we are technically in a new scene.
Oh, that's what happened on
I
stage.
helped write some of these original ones. That's the only reason. I
Yeah,
remember
that's
this.
right.
I forgot
All right,
about that.
no, that's fine. Let's let me roll again and see what Tessa. I'll have to add more to this because
King Dagger.
right now the 1D 546 is just a little unsatisfying. Oh, that's not how
what?
you spell that. That's
right?
not it either. No, you didn't do anything. You're fine. I am going to find out what you disgorge, regurgitate, what you spit out of
Oh
your mouth.
god, I'm doing it
Oh
again.
god, it's so appropriate and so bad. So you see this dark, foreboding doorway to the Raven Queen, to the story of the Kenku, the Raven people who can only mimic sounds, and the mythology that their voices had been taken from the Raven Queen. And you immediately unhinge your jaw and vomit up a plague doctor mask. It's so appropriate, it's not even funny.
I'll take
Oh
that.
my god.
All right.
I mean this with all due affection and respect, Short Stack. That's fucked up.
Sorry. Don't smell it. Oh my god.
It smells like sage and lavender.
Well, I mean that kind of is my default mode, I guess. There's probably
Down in
herbs
the beak there
stuffed in.
somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's probably herbs stuffed in the beak.
God. So
Canonically, though, Paro does smell like sage and lavender pretty much all the time.
amazing. So,
This is one of those times I'm glad I don't have to eat anything.
I would just like to make it known that I'm rolling in a Discord chat where we have a dice roller, and Mouse just went, and today on Why is Angela Rolling Cryptic Dice Rolls? It's 'cause stream.
I mean, she looks over at Blaine. I'm pretty sure this means I have no gag reflex.
You didn't need to say that, everybody. But noted. And
What's a gag reflex?
we're not talking about this right now. I'm going into the void. I'm just gonna be in the void. I'll be in the void. And he backs up into the dark
Basically,
void.
it's what happens when
No.
your little sister's talking too much, and
Harlan
you just
is-
you want her to be quiet. So you just
That's
kind of like
absolutely not what it is.
kinda
I'm
just
going to tell you
grab a
exactly
sock
what it
and
is.
you just kinda
Everybody,
just tie it up there.
Valaine's like, okay, Boolean, you gotta shove everybody into the void, please. Maybe there won't be sound in here. And and Valaine goes, Amadine's like, I really didn't need this today. And I mean, I didn't need any of this today, but this, especially this, I thought it was this is what I didn't need today. And like points at each of you who are trying to volunteer the definition to Besa. Each of you.
I'm not
I didn't need any
volunteering
of
it.
this. I'm good. So anyway, so you all
I was just
go.
trying to be funny.
Oh, it was funny. So you all go into the. I mean, that's why we're a mature stream. You all enter into the void, and with that, we roll 3 times on the wheel of causality. Let's find out. Look at that! I got the colors right. Harlan, we'll go with Harlan first.
what I do.
Party foul. Cool. You drop your shovel.
Okay.
Ding, 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 ding. Falls on the floor.
Pick my shovel up.
You drop your shovel again. Ding, ding.
Drop it again.
I pick my shovel up.
If it doesn't fall this time, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and knock it
No,
down.
no, no,
so
it
I
falls
can
out of
watch
his
this
hands.
one
It
more
slips
time.
like whoop. It's the ground.
Well, I'm a little bit of a butterfingers today.
You should just pick it up.
Harlan attempts to pick it up.
Amadine.
I'm just standing like 10 feet back.
So, Oliette, Amadine basically Green Lanterns a lasso around you and goes, we're done with this, and just starts pulling you into the void. By which I mean we're rolling for Oliette next.
Amazing.
Pyro goes into the void. After
And
Vol-
appropriately, Oliette gets... that's a bad joke. You got eat me. So I need a D12 from you.
Beza just walks through the door. Was that one of those weird don't drop the soap things?
No, I was desperately hoping he would keep dropping that soap.
That I have no idea what
one.
that is.
Oh, well, that's less fun. That's fine.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. If it had been if it had been the opposite, if you'd rolled a 12, it would have been really fucking funny just now. You would have been all like the stormtrooper in the first Star Wars movie. So you walk into the, you walk into the door frame. No, you walk into the doorway, not into the door frame, and have absolutely no awareness of the fact that you just grew 1 inch. It's like your heels are getting higher. No, but you physically are getting taller.
Okay.
So let me make a note of what's happening, because there's several things now to keep track of. Thank you so much, Alora. No, really, seriously, thank you. So
If she grows enough, she'll be able to look Harland in the eyes.
True. Harland drops everything he tries to pick up. Party foul. Oliette grows 1 inch every scene. Honestly, that's just pleasant. And Beza. Spin.
Here we go.
Shamogram. Okay, this is hard for Beza. This is gonna be interesting. So the shamogram is every scene you have to confess to something embarrassing about your character's childhood. So what I'm getting is you confess to everyone thinking back on something you have done during the campaign that was embarrassing. Because it's literally your
the
child.
knife.
I will say this: you have free reign to make something up that happened while you were training in the book. If you want to just say something happened in the book that was off camera, you are free to do so. But at least once per scene, you have to confess to the group something embarrassing that you did as a child. Okay. So,
My new favorite thing. I wish we had all rolled this.
Yeah, one time at Hunter's Camp. Thanks, Kyle. One time during Hunter's training.
you're taking the prompt. You're taking the American Pie prompt. Damn it.
Why not?
Oh, fuck. Okay. So, you all walk into... God damn it. I didn't mean to close my music. Well, I guess we're going right into the tone.
Did I ever tell you guys about that one time during Hunter's training that I got swallowed by the giant snake we were fighting and it actually pooped me out? This is darker than that.
What? No. I don't believe you did.
If it will get
There's
us
so
off...
many questions I didn't
If
know
it
I
will
had.
get us off the subject of what a gag reflex is, Beza, how do
It
snakes,
really doesn't if you think about it.
How do snakes poop?
Slowly. It took my dad like 3 days to catch up to the snake once it got away with me.
It's one of those underground snakes.
Luckily, I don't have to breathe.
That's very true.
For
No, this
so
is
many
getting really
reasons.
God damn it.
And actually, he said he thinks that I slowed it down since I'm so heavy.
Oh god, it ate rocks. You're just oh god.
Listen, we've all been there. A taco night gone wrong. We have all been there. I don't know why we're passing judgment on this.
There
snake.
is absolutely no way that Oliet did not introduce tacos into the Book of Fables.
100%.
Margaritas,
Mostly for the margaritas.
Margaritas and tacos. Well, I mean, it's they're part of the same meal. It's very important that you do both.
Right.
Which, by the way, I just had a margarita-inspired sour beer, and it was really good.
Mm.
It was strawberry lime with a little bit of salt in it, and it was very, very good. I don't like sours. That was a thing, Kyle. I don't like sours, and it was actually very solid. It's fine. It was like a light margarita.
I trust your judgment.
Yeah.
You've never steered me wrong.
It's okay. Anyway, so very, very drinkable, very summery. Got off the
That's
topic.
what the snake said about Beta.
Man, that just went right to the bottom of my stomachs. That was plural. That was not a snake anatomy
Well said.
fact.
I don't think snakes
No,
have more than
it's
one.
not. It's really not. But in this case, it was.
Sure.
This snake's a
It's
cow.
a face snake.
It's a cow snake.
Snake's a cow.
Cow snakes are a thing, right?
I mean, it's over not sleep, so you're not wrong.
I mean,
So,
All right, so how are we
Boy.
getting out of the dark place?
oh, I gotta call Sully. I forgot. I got distracted. We were talking about. It's fine. Let me call really quick.
Okay.
And I'll message or I'll cast sending to Sully.
so what do you say to Baba Soli?
Mm.
Don't think I have. Oh, I do. Ooh.
Oh, hang on. I also have to roll to make sure it goes through because we're on a different plane. What is that? 25%? 5% chance it doesn't arrive. Okay. I will say I don't think I've ever cast sending to her before.
Oh.
I will say my liege, it's Oliet. We need a favor.
Don't ask
The Raven. Cool.
It's fine.
What was it called?
The Raven Queen's Curse.
The Raven Queen's Curse. Pull it from the shelf and put it on our book. I think I'm out of words.
You hear back from Baba Soli after a moment. I do not believe I heard you use the magic word. That's all she sends.
I guess again. I was gonna say please, but I ran out of words. I'm really sorry. I thought my liege would be cooler. Pretty please?
Seeing how we are already in a significant exchange, I will overlook social faux pas of requesting a favor of a queen of Fae. It is done. Look forward to seeing you soon. That was probably more than 25 words. I don't care.
She can make it say she can use as many as she wants.
Sure.
Mouse, I will overlook it because I'll be honest, I don't want to keep track of more than one promise per person. It's always the warlocks that ask for it. It's like, how'd you get into this in the first place? Well, it's because they don't have a problem asking for people to.
God damn it, Kyle!
Anyway.
Please help me.
So you're in the dark. And who said anything? Paru, what was the last thing you said? Like, how do we get out of the book?
Yeah, I said, how do we get out of the dark place? Do you want me to turn on some, like, do we want some magic mushroom glowy? No? Okay.
Type for a second. Zoli is going to put the books together, so if we just give her, either a minute or a year, I don't super know, but we'll just hold tight, and then we'll just hopefully scoot on through.
Scoot on through.
I don't know.
No, you hear that in your voice back at you.
That's right. That's right.
In the darkness.
Wait, there's more than one of you?
There's more than one of you?
Beza
I don't know
doesn't
if
say anything. She puts a hand up like one of her hunter signals that she's used before to get you guys to stop. Yeah, and
But we can't see.
I thought we could see.
can't-
Shut your fucking mouths.
Basically. She gestures at everyone and then like zips her lips.
No one can see you.
Oh, it's pitch black.
It is pitch black in here.
Okay, I missed that part. I thought we still had the light from the lantern with the dancing lights.
It went pitch when you came in here.
Gotcha. Okay. Then shh.
Shh. You hear a couple more words. The voices are coming from all around you. What have we done wrong?
Who is that? Amadine?
You don't know? The voice?
Nothing wrong.
Wrong?
Just she tries to whisper to Basic. Just because this is the origin doesn't mean they're bad.
She whispers back, but we don't know.
You start hearing shuffling, scratching on the floor, sounds of like shaking out of wings or something. And
All right, I got a question for all y'all in the dark, because it sounds like there's a lot of you. Are there any ghost dogs out there?
ghost
because
dogs,
if there are-
ghost dogs, ghost dogs,
Fuck.
ghost dogs. There's a lot of you out there. And
I was gonna make a very, very, very small mushroom light to be like, okay, I need to know what's going on here.
and you see shining these black orbs of eyes, dozens and dozens of them, like surrounding you all. And at the light, they kind of, and they sort of like flutter back a little bit. It's like that gif of someone shining a light into an owl nest. And they all just kind of, and they're in these creatures are in rags, in shredded, just absolutely destitute. Some of the creatures have, and they're all raven like. and several of them have like scratches across their face, or like broken beak, or like a weird scar across their face. They are in very poor shape.
Part was actually the one that's injured. She's going to step forward.
They all sort of
I'm not gonna hurt
all
you.
shift away a little bit.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Give me a persuasion check.
You know, Paru can't leave anything alone that looks like it might be hurting.
And is also a cute animal.
Yeah.
Even a cute animal person.
Ooh, 18.
18?
Rolled 19, so 18.
Haru, I'd be careful, just... And Elaine kind of puts a hand on your shoulder. And you hear a bunch of them, including the one injured, sort of mutter in Valaine's voice. Haru? Like they're watching. And the one with the sort of cracked beak sort of stops backing away, or the rest of them are kind of like fluttering back.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have wings, but their arms are covered in feathers, and then the black raven feathers.
She just squeezes Blaine's hand, just with one hand.
Yep, that was gonna happen. Yep. Continue.
I always get nervous when my phone buzzes like that
You're fine.
during a stream. He's not backing. They're not backing away. Is the damage healable, or like, can I do a medicine check to see if
Yes, absolutely. You can do a medicine check.
While this is happening, I would like to, in the dark, raise a single arm towards the sky and cast Arcane Eye.
22.
Okay. 22? All right. Sure. What does the Arcane Eye do?
I can mentally receive visual information from this eye, normal and dark vision out to 30 feet, and it can look in every direction.
Cool.
I can move the eye up to 30 feet at a time. There is no limit as to how far away it can move. It just can't leave the plane of existence that I'm on.
Awesome.
So I want to kind of send it to start doing like circles around us. I want to know how many there are and how far out they go.
As you send this eye up, you see Paru approaching the Kenku.
Which is like towering over her, I'm sure.
Yeah, there are hundreds of them. You also see that this is like a wasteland place. This is dark sand and mesas and canyons and mountains and barely any trees, anything there's dead. Everything is just, even though you can see, the dark vision is still limited because it's only from a distance, so you catch like glimpses of things. It's actually a little disorienting. It's kind of like when it's like driving at night. You only see up to a certain distance. But yeah, you kind of just sail over them a little bit and you can see these hundreds of Kenku surrounding you all. They're not like, it doesn't feel military. It doesn't feel aggressive. It just feels almost like, well, almost like they were there, you showed up and they all backed away. Like maybe they're just kind of, but there's also this element of, you kind of look through them. They're a little, give me an insight check as you're kind of seeing their faces a little bit and trying to ascertain what their vibe is.
Ooh. 21.
21. They seem this kind of, there's almost this, it's almost like pleading element to the way that their faces are. It's like hope or curiosity or like something's different.
Oh no.
Like, yeah.
Oh no.
You all just adopt hundreds and hundreds of crow children, probably.
Yeah.
Oliette didn't, but Chris might have.
Oh, like Paru already did. Like the
Oh,
second she saw
no.
they were injured, and like, oh, babies, come here.
Paru, you very gingerly step forward, and the one with the broken beak looks out at you and doesn't move. Feel a little like does the thing, which is Angela's shortcut to making a character relatable and sad. Whole thing.
Yeah.
No, just sort of like curled up a little bit into itself, but isn't moving. Just kind of watching you doing that little like bird head tilt.
May I touch?
And you kind of hear it go. Doesn't say anything, just makes a little bit of a like chirping. And offers its.
So with the 22 medicine check, is it something that can be healed, or is it?
It seems like an older injury, scarred, but you might be able to help a little. It does look like it's painful.
Yeah.
When you touch it, it kind of like it.
Could I druid craft some like herbs that would have a pain relief effect? It wouldn't necessarily cure anything, but at least help with some of the pain.
Absolutely. So you, you druid craft, so just in your palm, maybe you just I'm gonna pull some dirt out of my pocket, and just these little
There's
tiny
dirt everywhere.
yeah, these little tiny sprouts start growing and then getting bigger, and it's got almost this lamb's ear quality to it. It's like a lavender and something else, and you can just basically just shake off the dirt, take the roots, take the plant by the roots, and you probably have herbalism stuff. So yeah,
I do have an herbalism kit.
Yeah, so you mortar and pestle that shit. And
She also has a friend with hands made out of stone.
I do have that too.
Oh yeah, Beza, can you just like clap your hands a couple times?
You got it.
So you have this little paste, and you just sort of wipe it along the beak into the wound there, and it kind of and then like kind of calms down a little bit and like touches around it, like kind of very tender.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure that hurts. I'm sorry. Hopefully it'll feel better soon.
Feel better soon.
I'm gonna kind of like nudge Amadine, like maybe now.
Yeah.
Maybe now.
And you hear the one that you helped make this sound, this kind of sort of like a sizzling noise. Mm-hmm. And a bunch of the other Kenku around him also start making that noise. For a moment it sounds a little like a hiss, but then there's like a little pop crackle. And Harland, I'm gonna give this to Harland. Harland, you recognize the sound of like something sizzling on a pan or something. Like there's a pop, like a fat pop kind of sound, and they're all making it. Like a bunch of them in this group are making it. And Oliette, because you have this arcane eye up, you see a sudden flash of very high contrast amongst the raven color, the dark sea of faces. You see bright white kind of come out and like step forward a little bit amongst all of them, and you see another Kenku, raven figure, probably femme presenting, but bright white with white eyes, almost albino, come forward, and a couple more of the Kenku are still making that sizzle noise. And she has a little bit of it's gonna be a I mean, no, this is the perfect reference for it. She's got a Grisabella vibe. It's like a decrepit elegance to her.
Gotcha.
Noble but downtrodden. You know, that's sort of the way she carries herself. And just steps forward. She has almost like a shepherd's crook looking staff, has raven feathers hanging from it, black and white. And it makes some noises. It makes like kind of like a wooden wind chime kind of clonking sound when she walks. And she just is kind of like, you can't really tell how old she is. The white throws you. Because you do see that some of the Kenku are graying. Some of them are older than others. And they're all different sizes and shapes and stuff. But she's just sort of grasping onto this shepherd's crook and watching you.
She watching me or
All
Olya?
of you.
Right.
He's just sort of assessing.
Hello.
Hello. And you just hear about them. Hello, hello, hello.
I'm going to drop the eye since this doesn't seem like an ambush situation.
Mhm.
And I'm going to recast Dancing Lights so everybody can see her.
Okay.
But I
And-
will,
Yeah, what
instead
colors?
of 4 orbs, I'm going to shape it into kind of a Kenku shape.
Okay.
Like ambassador.
Gotcha.
Everything's chill.
Sure. Does Dancing Lights have a verbal component? Out of
It does,
curiosity?
but I have a ring.
Hey.
that lets
Well, no.
me-
Okay. So I will. So you don't want to have a verbal component in this particular casting. I'm pretty sure the ring says you don't have to. You could if you wanted to.
Listen, these pipes are proprietary, so I'm gonna go ahead and stay as
You're
silent
not.
as possible.
Yeah, you're not gonna be.
I'm not leaving my fingerprints here.
Like, listen. I bet one of these Kenku's name is Napster, and I do not trust them.
I don't trust it. No, you're out there, LimeWire.
I was a Kazaa
Wow.
person, personally.
It's fair. And we all got viruses, so it's cool.
Yeah, once in a while.
It's cool.
My family still does. I'm like, how at this point? Anyway. So you cast the dancing lights and all the Kenku kind of sort of shudder a little bit away, like surprised. Even
okay.
even Sizzle does.
Oh, is their name Sizzle? I love him. I love them.
And she looks at it and kind of puts an arm out to tell the others to calm, and she walks forward and sort of like with the crook of the staff, I think, a little bit, and just kind of like very gently pass through the light. And
Can I have Kenku body just go, like, what's up? What's up? What's up, buddy?
and she looks at it, and she just looks at you, Oliette, like waves at you.
I know you.
And she sort of gives this little chirping noise. And there's a little bit of a weird sort of guttural, like, it sounds like a little laugh almost. Some of the other Kenkus nearby kind of chuckle at it. It's not a patronizing sound. It's charming. Like, oh, fun. That kind of sound. A bird. And she steps to the side of the thing to kind of address all of you, because she's clearly smart enough to understand that that's a illusion. And you hear from her a voice very similar, not exactly, but very similar to that of Her Majesty of the Word. It's the sound of a narrator, not a dialogue. And she says to you, And thus it was that the Kenku were forever cast out of the land of the spoken. For the Raven Queen's fury is far, far sharper than anything to be found in the shadow. So we're gonna get out of the shadow place? You hear Paru echoed out of her mouth.
Is Amadine still working on the door?
Yes, Amadeen's working on it.
Okay. Cool.
Angela forgot. Amadeen is definitely working
No,
on it.
you're fine, you're fine. I just want to make
I
sure that we
mean,
got that rolling.
Siegfried might like him.
That's true.
Buttons, get out of the face.
Instead of a Raven King, you would have a Raven Queen.
Have a Raven Queen!
Button really wants to meet the Kenku. Franz is asleep, but can someone bookmark that so we can try to get a gif out of that?
Of Daisy's face just appearing.
Yeah, pretty much.
I added a marker.
Thank you. The one who said that of Paru was one of the others, not Sizzle in the center. And when that other one echoes that, Sizzle puts her hand up. And she points at all of you with her staff. Out of the shadow plane.
That's the plan.
And Haru, you hear a rumble. Very unnerving sound of rock cracking and falling in the distance. And when that happens, you hear you see all the Kenku just sort of very quickly shift and stare up at an angle towards one of the mountains.
I think now would be a good time to go.
Is that a volcano?
Many things to fear in the dark.
Yeah, time to go.
And Sizzle steps forward, and the little injured raven, Kenku, steps forward next to her pretty quickly. And he sort of makes a couple of little chirping noises and sort of messes with his head, like, come on, looking at the others. And they all sort of start gathering a little closer, and then they turn away from you all, facing the mountain. Sizzle is behind all of them, and she looks like she's brandishing that stick.
Okay, something is coming, and it's not good.
Out of the dark place.
Amadine, are we good?
Yeah, I'm trying. Okay. Yep. Tectonic plates don't calm my nerves. I need a second. Yeah, I need a second. And
Take time.
All right.
Can I really? And she's, Malfrida is near her and is like, you have done plenty of impressive things so far. You could do. Okay.
Paru cuts one of her braids to cast guidance.
Perfect. And, cool. All right. And with another sort of gentle touch to Amadine's shoulder, she kind of take a breath, clears her mind and continues drawing. The lines were a little dim as she was trying to form them, and they brighten up a little bit as Aru helps. You see the door start to form. That rumbling gets louder. It's the sound of like a rock slide, but there's something underneath it. There's breathing or growling or something big, kind of upsettingly masked by the rock slide. Like, it sounds like the rock slide. And the Kenku are all... The tone changed. They're not cowering. They're a vanguard.
They're guarding us so we can get out.
That's the vibe.
What are they standing against, though?
You don't know? Just hear it.
Something I really don't want to find out, honestly.
20 feet, we can't see anything. That's the edge of my dark vision.
Yes. 20 feet to way not far enough.
No, 120 feet.
120 feet. Still pretty far.
Okay.
No further than that.
Okay.
You hear Sizzle say, like, she kind of glances back and says, "Those who feel the Raven Queen's wrath hide in the darkest tunnels, crevices of the earth, rarely seen when they don't want to be. And you hear Paru's voice again. Out of the shadow place. Kind of go on then, sort of motion. And Amadine finishes making the door, and you hear a open. Okay, done, let's go. Come on. Amadine stays at the door, urges Bullion in. Malfrida goes in after. Y'all go?
Paru goes a little bit slower and leaves her last tier of Gaia right there, just as she goes through.
Like, you hand it to them, or you put it on the ground?
I put it on the ground for them as a...
Aru, come on.
I'm coming.
Elaine's got a handout for you.
She takes it.
And you each make your way out, and the last thing you see before the door closes behind you is Sizzle looking down at the tier, which has got this little green glow and this energy to it, sort of swirling around on the inside. And she very gingerly crouches down and starts picking it up and just kind of like holding it close. And you are in a forest. Lush, overgrown, flower. And you hear this very upsettingly nostalgic noise of a stampede of something. Nearby, not in your way, but nearby, you hear the crashing of trees and thrum, 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 thrum. But they're all cats. They're all kittens. They're just massive. They're 2 times the size of Tessa. No, they're just massive things somewhere. You can imagine what they are. Thrum, thrum, thrum. Yeah, making that sort of motion.
Fuck. Okay, I deserved that.
That's that was some timing right there. Anyway.
Sorry.
It's fine. I mean, it's not.
Cat farts.
Hey,
right?
internet's not 4D. I'm fine with it. Anyway, you don't necessarily recognize this exact patch of grass, this exact little clearing. There's something oddly familiar about the sun peeking through the canopy and the general smell of the place.
It looks familiar. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, there was this one time during Hunter's training that I fell into a thing of quicksand over there.
Huh?
My dad forgot I don't have to breathe, and he was crying for like a week.
Because you were in there for a week.
I
You
mean,
thought
it
you
took
were
me a long
dead.
time to figure out how to crawl out. I couldn't see anything.
Amazing.
Oh,
So don't go that way, is what I'm hearing.
All I'm
Literally
hearing,
had sand in my eyes.
my baby. All I'm hearing is him wailing, and then her offering him a tissue. Thank you, Mason. Mason.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
So he didn't stop crying for a week. He wouldn't stop hugging you for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I got carried around like a backpack.
Yep. It was a Beza Bjorn.
Haru's hand
I feel
is
proud of that.
immediately
You
on
should
the
be.
dirt to try and say, we're back.
Oh
With
yeah,
any
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of-
Your fingers just go right into the soil. It is rich and, like I said, it smells correct. It's and there's just roots and little mycelia in the ground, and you say we're back.
Especially like, where are my kids? I want to see my kids immediately. Where are my children? She doesn't say that out loud, but that's kind of like the impulse of, where is everybody?
Well, yeah, you get a voice in your head. Familiar. Oh my, I did not expect you back so soon.
And that one?
Relatively.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that means anymore. We have some updates. I missed you. That's not an update, but kind of.
Come to the mountain. We'll speak there.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm sure
I
you'll
will
find
be
your
right
way.
there. Yeah. Just give us a week or 6. We'll be there. No problem. We got this.
I'll send Siegfried out to find you.
Oh. Yeah. Yes. Perfect.
So, what do you do to make yourselves visible or whatever? What do you do?
Giant
or
stack?
Pardon?
Yeah, just find a clearing of some
Valane's
kind.
just like, pardon? Giant stag? That's a
Yes, I can turn into one.
rad.
She shifts
Okay.
into the giant stag.
Yeah, maybe find a clearing and then just like use dancing lights, almost like a flare signal.
Well, Paro turning into a giant stag's gonna help too. There's just antlers sticking up out of the trees. There, you son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Every time.
I didn't do nothing. She's just trying to get your attention at this point. She knows what it does.
I know.
So the dancing lights amid a antler poking out of the trees, and it takes a little while. You guys can walk around a bit, trying to just like kind of get attention.
Just like button. Attention. 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 Attention, please.
And so I would say that the elk looks up. So Paru, you can look up through the canopy,
Mhm.
and you find after maybe an hour or so, you see the little fluttering of black wings getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And eventually, Sigfin lands on a giant raven lands on your antlers.
Mhm.
Oh, well, this is very convenient. Thank you.
Just kind of bobs her head a little bit because I can't talk back. But
Oh dear.
very gently.
I'm sorry, my dear, but I can't carry you like this. Not really an option. But anyway, and she flutters down. You note that she can fly.
You look well.
Only takes a bit of a sit, and then I'm right as rain.
Hi, Siegfried.
Hello, Beza. I see your group has not gotten any lighter. Seeing that there are new people, and one of them's made of metal and got a big ball bearing on his butt.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Paru doesn't make a move to shift. She can carry a couple of people.
Sure.
She can run fast, so.
I'm just gonna like nudge Boolean forward. Like you're the only one that can't really sit on anything, so you're gonna have to go by. I think it's fine. Harlan's done it.
He has some trouble moving because it's like he's heavy and there's no pavement here.
All grass.
So he's just like
wheel.
Well, it's not even a wheel, it's just a ball that he moves on. It's just the weight of it. He's just kind of like hitting every divot on his way over. I was informed that your Queen of Words would do well for a clerk. Sigfinn looks down. Were you now?
I didn't make any concrete promises. I just said that maybe it's an idea. He was gonna die or whatever. You know, all in a day's work.
She sort of looks the little brass creature up and down, and some of you get this sudden like, oh shit, crows like shiny things. Just for a moment, you get that split second of ooh. And she rolls her eyes. You're lucky I've had rest. And Verlaine, sort of pats your leg, Paru, to try to get your attention.
She looks down.
Hey, short stack. He shouts up at you.
She tilts her head.
You wanna go? You wanna go find them? You guys don't mind if we split the party, do you? I mean, we're actually safe.
We left them with the. We left them where we're going, right?
You left them in the book. That was the decision you guys made.
But that's where we are, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than going to the Queen of the Word, Verlaine is proposing that Verlaine and Paru go to find them. Like, go to find the kids. If you guys are going straight to the Queen of the Word.
We left them with the Queen of the Vine and the Minotaurs.
Well, you don't know. How about this? You don't know where they are right now. That's the
we left them with the queens, but we don't know which queens they ended up training.
Yeah, we don't know which ones they chose, but we left them where we're going, so that would be the first.
Okay.
I mean, listen, if y'all want to go on a little, have yourself a walkabout, whatever. We'll see you when we see you, but we left them where we're going.
Sigfinn, where are the kittens? I was wondering when someone was just going to ask me.
I was like, I can't talk, so.
I believe you would find. Well, if I say the troublemaker, you're not going to know which one I'm talking about.
Toshi.
Toshi is with Her Majesty of the Folk. And Nickit is. Do I do it?
Is that Her Majesty of the Stab? Because that's where Nickit would want to go.
Yes. I'm surprised you knew her title, she says wryly. She's with Misery.
I knew it right before you said it. I called it right before you said it.
I told them to keep an eye on. I warned them to keep an eye on Misery before we left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
I'm so happy right now.
Paru hears the word misery, and Paru kind of unstag like makes kind of a growl sound, like,
Oh my god. Okay.
Except for a stag, it'd be like a huh.
just kind of a rumble.
Paru makes all the other changelings go.
Wah.
Anyway, so so Sigfin's just like, she's got a look on her face like she was really hoping that Oliette would have a more funny reaction to that. You don't seem as surprised as I was hoping.
They were going to take that quite so literally, but, you know, I mean, Misery sucks. And not in a good way, but they would learn a lot. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
It's not like they're learning from the best, it's learning from the second best, but if the first best isn't available, then what are you going to do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The district is only working with what they've been given, so.
Okay, this is better than I originally expected the reaction to be. This is actually... Shall we?
It'll be fine, yeah.
Yeah, how do we get word to the kittens to tell them we're back?
I'll just... My lady will get word out. It is her job. It's not. Sigfin seems like she's in a grand mood. Except for the shiny tin can she has to haul around. It's like, here's a 5-pound kettlebell. Why don't you carry this for the, like, carry this between your toes? Can you just carry this between your toes? It's fine. She's really big. She's like a huge creature. So weird. Harlan gets left behind. Sigfin carries those of you who need carrying. Malfrida is
happy to run along underneath.
Yeah.
Oh.
Malfrida is thoroughly like that's a big fucking crow.
What does the giant stag disgorge?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Let's find out. It's whatever it is. It's going to be very big.
Teacher.
No, it's great. Also,
I
Oliette, you're
did my part already. I am not the only one that has to suffer the effects of the wheel. God damn it.
Oliette, you are also another inch taller. You're about 2 inches taller than you were when you started this whole thing.
I'm just feeling hotter and hotter. I don't know why.
Right? Oh my god.
I just feel amazing right now.
Oh, this is my dice rolling music. Okay, let's see what it is.
Don't like that face. I don't like that face at all.
It's pretty funny though. Oh yeah, no. It's too good
Was
not
this
to.
before I turned into the stag or after?
After you turn into the stag.
All right,
Which
awesome.
is hilarious. Because I'm deciding that it's relative to your size.
It's giant stag size.
It's gotta be uncomfortable no matter what, so it gets bigger if you get bigger. We're gonna thank Kyle for this one. So Villain has not gotten on the back of the elk yet. He's just underneath you as you start. And
oh no.
Oil just starts pouring out of your mouth. Just like a waterfall of oil. And then and then a very large, almost barrel-sized ceramic jug falls out of your mouth. Oil still pouring out of it. It hits the ground. Blaine like runs away, covered in oil, tries to run, slides, goes, and just like starts sliding slowly away as the jar hits the ground and would have crushed him.
Well, if he still wants to date me after this, it'll be a miracle.
I still want to date you after this. Just rolling away. Yeah, so it's a big fuck all alchemy jug.
The size of a barrel.
Pouring, yes, it's very big. Sigfin's just like, I'm not carrying that.
It's okay. I'll walk it. I'll roll it along.
Couldn't
Incredible.
Elaine just put it in his hand?
I need to degrease first.
Why are we saving it?
You don't know what one of those does?
Do we need it in barrel size? Like how do we?
To imagine.
Paro just kind of paws out in the dirt. Beer? Question mark.
Margaritas? It's a bottomless margarita maker. God damn. I would allow
I've
for
been
some.
convinced.
I would
I've been
allow for a
convinced.
little bit of variety in what comes out of the alchemy jug. Lime juice would be valid.
Gimlets?
We got it from Sir Nunos Le Table.
So, you can choose to take the jug or whatever. I don't really care. It was just funny.
Paro is still horrified. It's like utterly
pretty great.
mortified. Like,
Just does anyone have like a squeegee?
At least it's just olive oil.
And so-
I smell like that Italian restaurant music should be playing right now.
I can help you out here, my friend. He starts casting mending to like.
You can't fix my pride with that.
Paro's like, your pride. I'm the one who asked.
Stop it! Stop making the squeegee noise.
I love it.
Dear Lord in heaven. Anyway,
Paro at least kneels down on her front legs to let anybody who wants to get on. And looks really ashamed. If a giant stag could look mortified.
Verlaine looks up at you and like kind of motions for you to get a little closer. And he just kind of like pats the side of your face, just puts his head down. It's okay. I know it's not your fault.
Climb on stick, friend. Mostly to make sure she doesn't take bullion somewhere else to her stash. I feel responsible somehow.
Instead of a king, you would have a queen. So you get on Siegfried. We'll just you travel. You
We
end
get
up
there.
Yeah.
and you're at the Queen of the Word. You are at the library, and Bullion gets set down. Oh, sculpted ground. Thank God. Thank the owl. No, I'm just kidding. And he kind of is just like getting his bearings again. Literally, that's a good fucking joke for a ball, dude. Anyway,
I like it.
So he's just wheeling around trying to get used to things, and you enter Her Majesty of the Word's temple and the / library. And when you roll, when you get in and Bullion rolls around, he just immediately like kind of zeroes in on the books and things in there. Almost like he had like a radar for it. Like he just knew, he could feel where the information was. Oh my.
You would like it here.
That may be satisfactory, yes. And best of all, no giant spiders to attack me.
And you already have a job. So we'll get into that in a moment.
And he gets a little, puffs up a little bit, he's excited. And Her Majesty of the Word steps into the hall, like the entry hall. train dragging behind her, and she doesn't look very different. And in the sense of she looks like you remember her looking. And she has a little smirk on her face, and let's have a look at you then.
Do like a half. I don't even get into a full curtsy before I like launch into her arms.
Oh, I love what you did with your hair.
Oh, that's right. I cut it. A necessary evil. You got to stay one step ahead.
It looks wonderful.
Thanks.
Wait, you cut your hair?
Like, oh my god.
Yep.
I need to update Oliette's picture to indicate her new hair. And yeah, so she's very pleased to see you. I know that there are more stock things to discuss, but it is very heartening to see you all.
It's good to see you too.
It's good to be back.
And an eon has not passed, so thank goodness.
I'm almost scared to look at the kittens.
Oh, well. You'll be pleasantly surprised, I think.
I don't know how to take that.
They're fine.
Well, yeah,
that's-
yeah.
That's it then.
They've ingratiated themselves quite well. I think after you all.
Like it here. I'm gonna start like I'll introduce Bully. Malfrida, are you like what is your deal? Like, are you hanging out with us or like?
I don't know what else to do right now. Honestly.
Listen, you can eat, you can take a nap. Like we'll see how you feel.
Can I?
Yeah, I don't know,
sounds
probably.
That sounds wonderful. I could use a nap. I haven't had a nap in. I've had a nap in a book ever. And Amadine's like, I'll. We're fine. You can deal with it. Chaper. And she and Malfrida head out, like, get some air and take a nap. And
Take a nap in the air.
if you're leaving at some point, please let me know. I would very much like to not be in a book anymore, if that's possible.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're not from a book.
Very much not.
That's right. We'll call you.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
Mm-hmm.
And they leave. The two of them. So,
I give it a week before she wants to stay. Just
mean-
after they've left.
why? You think she hasn't seen enough? You think she hasn't seen enough of forests and fantasy bullshit, or fairy tale bullshit?
I think she hasn't seen enough of Amandine.
Oh, really? Her? No, I'm just kidding. he doesn't mean that seriously, remotely. Oh, that's what. Okay, I'll take your word for it. How do you know this and I don't? He's very confused about how you know.
detecting other people flirting with other people, just not people flirting with me.
I know. So, what do? You give her the rundown?
Yeah, I'm gonna fill her in just like Reader's Digest version of all the trail that we made, like kind of give her bullet points from the books we went through. Explain Boolean as best as is possible.
How do you explain
Kind of
Boolean?
like silently beg her, like, please give him a job.
Well, and
I
if you
don't ever
tell...
bring pets home. Can I keep one? Can I keep him? You know what I mean? I promise I'll feed him every day.
Take him for walkies.
Oh my god. She's like, how about we see how you do? And she walks him over to the collection. And this probably happens at the end of your conversation because they get lost in there for hours. You think it went well.
Need Boolean to look for something though. So before he leaves, I would ask him to,
Yes.
you know,
It's not pinball.
just
is
as
it?
like a trial run. No.
Okay.
We need to call him. Probably. No, I need you to find anything in this particular library that I can read about Yagrita.
Oh,
Find what you can.
absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Stack it up somewhere where I'll find it.
Certainly can.
Should be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
right?
good. Be right back.
Great.
I'll be back in a while. I don't know.
Take your time.
He wanders off. The clock for the searching is like, we'll take 5 minutes remaining. It's still like racking up. It hasn't decided
Yeah,
yet
for
how
sure.
long it's gonna take.
5 minutes, 60 minutes, 10 minutes, 45 minutes.
And then we're back to
35
LimeWire.
seconds.
Anyway. It all comes back to piracy. Anyway,
We here at Nerdsmith do not condone piracy.
but we understand if you do.
Unless you don't get caught. Just kidding.
Just don't tell us.
I'm a director. I can't say that. So
work here.
I heard nothing.
Please don't tell us you're doing any piracy. Anyway, so we are so yeah, you tell Her Majesty of the Word about basically everything. You give her a rundown. And he looks for Yagrita. She has Sigfin send the word out to the kittens. And what we're gonna do with the kittens is we're gonna do a very quick like montage of you guys going to get them. Instead of them coming to you, you can go get them because it's way fun. It's way more fun to see what they're doing, like in their element, than to have them come here. So, with the last few minutes we have, let's do that. So you will start. Who do you want to start with? Toshi or Nickit?
I have a feeling that Misery is going to take longer than picking up Toshi with the Queen of the Folk. So let's get Toshi first and then pick up Nickit.
Okay. So, Toshi, so you go to the court of Her Majesty of the Folk. As usual, big raucous party, tavern. It's.
Is my mom still hanging out?
I
with
know
her?
that's a good question. She the tavern looks a little smaller than it did. It's shifted a little closer to what it was before, not the Valhalla hall that it was before. No, you don't see your mother there. It is a little more traditional, and you see. Actually, let me. Supposed to be. No, this is the wrong. We need tavern music. It's important. Sure, we'll do that. Big party going on. Lots of shouting and drinking, and some people being like, "Hey!" when they see you. Especially to Harland, and you're searching around. Everybody, give me perception checks. We'll see what you find as you're searching for Toshi.
Ah, perception, my domain.
Nat one.
No.
Oh. Oh,
So
okay.
it's 28.
Good. I was hoping you'd be self-deprecating.
14.
14, nat 20. Well, I'm gonna give different information. You guys will see different things.
9.
9, okay. Harlan?
19.
19, okay. We'll start at the lows. So, Oliet, there's some music playing. There's a couple of, this place is not as small as it used to be. It's like someone split the difference. It's a few stories tall, big central area. There are some bards playing up in the upper roof. It looks like there's a couple of different concert kind of things going on in the corners, on some of the different floors. And yeah, it's got this like sort of music festival vibe to it. It's fun. Beza, you do not see your mother, but you do see a few hunters you see, yeah, a couple of them you recognize, and a few of like someone got different facial hair, someone's a little grayer on the edges of their hair. They see you and they're really excited, and they come to go talk with you, and they give you a heads up that your mother has slowly made her way back to the realm. She has not taken over again, but she still hunts the woods. She's in retirement. You and that Lord Tuscandale as well, and will want to see you. Don't ask him about his mustache.
He has a mustache now?
Don't ask him about it.
How is that even possible?
Don't ask him about it. So, I'll leave that for you to ponder. Harland, you find Her Majesty of the Folk. She looks as effervescent as ever. She's effervescent. And she's upgraded a little bit, a little less of a tavern wench, a little more of a body tavern wench. I don't know. She's got a little bit of the Anne Margaret in Newsies vibe.
Yes.
Not like full Hello Dolly, but like she got some feathers and stuff going. It's fun. And she sees you and she's absolutely over the moon to see you. Immediately pulls you to a table and demands that you toast with them and just kind of like chat up a little bit, asks you how everything's going and all that. And you talk with her for a long while. Paru, you and Villain are scoping out and call it a hunch that he'd probably be near the bar where the food is. And you find a little throng of people gathered at the bar where someone has constructed a elaborate Rube Goldberg machine sort of thing out of tavern materials that results in the end with a shot being dropped in a glass. And when it hits the bottom, I was like, yes! And you see a scrawny, but a little filled out, maybe 16-year-old Toshi going, yes!
My heart.
And he's super excited. And yeah, so you see him and he's super fucking excited. That he got he's getting like pat on the backs. He's like, yeah. And Villain is like, oi, stop fucking around. And his ears perk up. And he looks over and sees both of you. And he just
Haru
like
is definitely holding Villain's hand if Villain is allowing it.
yeah. And Toshi jumps off the bar, like over some people, and I was just like, "Whoa, Jesus!" And he barrels into both of you. I put it in the chat. You can put it in the chat, and I put it in Discord. I've had these for a bit.
Oh. How old were they when we... I thought they were 16 when we picked them up.
Toshi was like 12.
Yeah. They were babies.
Or no, they were like 13 or 14 at the time.
I thought they were older.
No, they were
higher
Nickit was like
I called
14.
them the twins, but I don't remember, but I wasn't considering
Toshi,
them.
I think, was like 9 or 10.
I wasn't considering them twins at the time.
No, there was not. No,
they were teens. They were both teens.
Oh,
Yeah, because
I
it was like
was
it was described as teenagers pickpocketing us. It was not children.
Toshi was 13 or 14. Nickit was 15 or 16. It's probably the age difference. So a couple years have passed. A few years have passed.
Okay, so good.
They're enough that they've had their growth spurts. He's a little taller than he was. He got a few inches.
Good boy.
Yeah, and you can tell under like the fur that he's wearing, he's got a little bit of a paunch.
I was wondering
because it's gonna catch up. I mean, he's still got that ridiculous stamina or like endurance or whatever. What's the word?
Metabolism.
Metabolism. Thank you. Still got that ridiculous metabolism, but yeah. And he just like,
hey kiddo.
oh my gosh, hey. Sorry, I'm just really excited right now. It's just back to back exciting. Okay, hi. And
Hi.
he just like, oof. And as you're hugging Toshi, there's like this pat on his shoulder, and you hear not Verlaine, but you hear a male voice saying, look at you got kind of big. And you look up, and where Verlaine was standing, there's a tabaxi guy.
Oh God, my
Still
heart
has
was
the
like,
hand.
Squish.
And Toshi's like, what the fuck? I mean, wait, am I allowed to cuss? Are you good with that?
I don't. My brain just exploded hearing you say "what the fuck." Clearly we didn't curve that.
I don't know.
So
I don't know. Some people have like, different standards. I don't know. I'm good. Okay, so what the fuck? He looks up at Verlaine, who is not Verlaine currently, and sorry, just a bit of a sorry. It was an accident.
emotional reaction.
Yeah. So it is. You are. Yes, I am me, and we are he, and we are all together. Yeah, it's me. And looks at you. Paro puts a paw out. Live.
I will get used to all of the forms of you. I'm not.
I'm sure you will. And so yeah, that is how you find Toshi. And just to upset Tessa more.
Because you like to do this to me.
Live is they them. But yeah. You're welcome. Anyway.
Fuck.
Yes, they do. Anyway, so. Anyways, so.
Respond to that.
Anyway, you. Next stop. Last thing, you head over to the Tower of Misery. The Hive of Displeasure. And you find in the Hive of Displeasure, you see lots of elegantly dressed, snarky, bitchy, mean girls all over the place. Mean girls of all genders, and
this is definitely where I stick out like a sore thumb.
I find
the mean girl thing.
I definitely don't go there. I do not go to see Misery. I'm done.
Fuck
Done with
that.
it.
I'll be outside.
Let her wonder where I'm at. I'm going home. I'm going back to the Queen
Oh
of the
my
Word.
god.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you if we think it's gonna be trouble, Verlaine says, I mean, kinda wanna fuck with her. You good? Did we fuck with her?
What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I got another one kicking around in here somewhere.
All right. Sure.
All right.
I'm. Let's go for it.
Let's have a little fun. And you see Villain shift into a tiefling, and dark brown skin on like kind of a reddish hue, bright aqua eyes, and she looks like trouble.
Paru just kind of like blows out of breath. Oh, whew, okay.
What, do you think Misery will like Envy? I like her. Let's go get our girl.
I think that I would be
And-
willing to throw down right now if she tries anything.
Let's hope
That's a new feeling. Okay.
What is this feeling so sudden and
It's a new touch my
where are you going with this?
I was gonna say something, touch my partner and I will fuck you or something like that.
So Envy goes in. I'll keep it short. Well, actually, yeah. Envy just walks right up to Misery and starts chatting her up. And Misery doesn't notice when Paru goes off to look for Nicket. Basically just like, yeah. And you find sort of maybe not apathetically in the corner, but like casual and in the corner. You had to remember to kind of adjust your expectations a little bit because you don't really know what's going up with her. But you see a tabaxi. She's got her head shaved on one side. She's a little more femme presenting than before. Has kind of like a shoulderless shirt on, lots of very rogue, lots of straps, lots of belts and buckles and stuff. There's like a whole ring of knives. And she's just like sitting there cleaning her claws, looking at people as they go by. Like
Are we
picking
always
out
this
her
judgy?
picking out her nails with a knife.
If your hand slips, that's kind of dangerous.
Good thing they don't slip.
Good thing. Still got the one I gave you, or just,
Oh,
I see you've added a few.
I don't use that one for my nails.
Oh, I would hope not.
She gets up. She got a little tall. And she walks over to you and looks around. And then she crouches down, gives you a hug.
Don't worry, I won't tell anybody. I won't ruin the mystique.
I'm not above cutting a snitch.
Good thing I'm not a snitch.
Yeah, good thing.
Never have been.
And
Sure, your dad can tell you a few stories.
is he here?
He is. Well,
Where? I didn't see him.
right now,
He's
he
hitting on your
is
boss.
Envy. Right now, he is Envy, and he's fucking with Misery's brain a little bit. So we'll just.
Oh,
Keep
I
it
see
casual.
that. And she
come on.
like grabs your hand and immediately drags
He
you.
does not look like himself. Right? Whoa!
Okay, and so yeah, so you watch as Envy just there's sparks are flying, and then Nicket and Paru show up, and Misery looks at you and is like, "Oh, I thought something clashed with the decor. Hi."
Misery, lovely to see you.
I assume that means Oliette's skulking around somewhere.
No, she couldn't be bothered.
Too intimidated, I understand.
Sure.
And
How have you been?
I have been doing fine. If you didn't notice, I was in a conversation, so you can put on. And Envy's like leaning on the throne and saying, "No, she can absolutely stay." She's with me.
Haru just grins. Oh, thank you, babe. And she just kind of kisses her cheek.
See, I have standards. And I don't have any other snarky commentary to have on my own with a conversation with myself. So, she basically just gives Misery the brush off and walks out with you and Nickit. And Nickit's like, I'm gonna go. You're awful. Okay, bye. And she leaves.
Bye, Misery.
Misery just calls back after Nickit. Bitch, I respect that. And you leave. And that is where we'll wrap. You get your kids together. And yeah, she's just going, you're awful, bye. And Nickit's just walking away with a middle finger. And Misery's just like, and the last line is, I respect that. And we'll stop there for the end of the year.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Oh my God.
We'll see you all in a year's time next week. All right, well, that is what we got for you tonight. If you check in chat, you can see the pictures that I had up of Nickit and Toshi that I made in Hero Forge, our beloved affiliate, and I will.
It looks so cute.
Yeah, I'm so happy with how they came out too. And we will we'll have yourself a really good New Year, everybody. Please remember to check out our sponsors. Where are they at? Here we are. We've got still a couple days left in World Ember, so you can check out World Anvil. Obviously, Hero Forge, because we make pretty art on there, including I will be updating Oliette's picture in our layout here with her new haircut, because it's rad. And yeah, you should check them out. Pro subscriptions get early access to things, and at Pro Plus, you are guaranteed a certain number of digital downloads every month. So you can, if you use Tabletop Simulator or Tailspire or other virtual tabletops like that, 3D virtual tabletops, you can use those for that. Otherwise, you can get 2D ones for things like Roll20 and Foundry. So definitely check out Hero Forge's features. And Die Hard Dice, make sure. Oh, I gotta fix it. Is it still? It's still 10%. It's 10% again.
It is 10% again.
Okay, so it is 10% off your purchase, not the 15 in the chat. I will fix it. But be sure to check them out. They are on holiday for the holidays, so it will take a little bit for your stuff to get there. But just be comforted by the knowledge that Die Hard gives their employees decent hours, that they gave them a holiday. So that is what we have for you tonight. It is an absolute pleasure to be back. It was so nice to have everybody here, even though Kyle's in the dark place. And
But just kind of like the good place, but not.
We left him in the Kenku book.
Oh.
And so we'll get him next time. You all are wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for those of you who donated tonight. We got tips from Alora and Mouse. Thank you so much for the re-rolls and the chaos spinning. And Mouse, thank you so much for Sizzle. Sizzle was beautiful. I had a lot of fun coming up with her deal. Thank you. And that is that. We will see you next week, schedules permitting, and have yourself a good New Year. We'll see you in 2022. That's a weird sentence, but
Right?
That is.
time goes on. We're all decaying meat bags. What are you gonna do? Anyway, on that lovely note, you all are great. We will see you next week.
Thanks.
Chapter 53, to be continued, of the Book of Fables. And we'll go out in a minute. Bye. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please do us all a favor and be good to each other, because I almost forgot to say that, and it's so important. Bye-bye. We love you.